for the pool, which means that the winner of this is qualified for the best of fives for the top 32. Samtea, I believe, on the Mario, if I'm seeing correctly here, going up against 7 Pikmin's Game & Watch.
Already finding some good hits there. I don't know how many times we ever get to see Mario's really in the collegiate, but I always love it. I think Mario is one of the most hyped characters you can find, especially with those offstage fairs. That's beauty right there.
Well, so far, Samtea in the lead. Good grab as well. Looking for something here, but the nairs from 7 Pikmin will connect. 33-62. Samtea just holding stage control, and we talked about this in the past with Mr. Game & Watch. You're going up against a Game & Watch. There are 2 types of styles, I feel like. There is the style that's very active, going for things like forward air, constantly kind of walling you out. And there's the other side, which is still a little bit more defensive, but going for a lot more of the punish game, the out-of-shield options, going for things like nair drag down, just kind of holding their own space instead of walling you out.
Yeah. Something else I want to talk about with Game & Watch is I feel like they're one of the best mix-up characters in the game. I feel like all of their moves are like so versatile that you can really pull out just about anything in any situation and have it go your way. And so because of that, we see a lot of Game & Watches have a very strategic style where they work not just to win the fight on the stage, but to win the fight in the mind and really condition their opponents into routine ways of thinking and playing that they can then take advantage of later. They play that long-term investment kind of strategy.
Well, we'll have to see if that comes to fruition. They're both in the red right now, 124 to 130. Opening stocks could be massive. Love Samtea's coverage right now, just flooding them away, forcing them to take an extra second, see what they do, what their comfort is in terms of recovery. And that up air is nearly going to kill. It's also worth noting, right, that Mr. Game & Watch is one of the lightest characters in this game. So Mario, certainly not lacking in kill power, could be able to take the stock off of something a bit weaker, like an up air, like a dash attack, could be able to do the trick here, especially with all this rage built up. But you do have to be careful when you go in, and he is just careful enough, throws out the multi-hit, that down air will be able to do the trick, and down goes 7 Pikmin's first stock.
Mario also so many different random tools in their tool set, that flood being the biggest one. They got the cape as well, which is an amazing edge guarding tool. You're going for one of those recoveries with that big, kind of spin hitbox or something, can be massive. And almost taking him off the top of the stage there. That huge up B instead, just going to take, 100 damage for it, 100%. Yeah, why not? It's just consolation prize. You get them to kill range in one combo.
Flood off stage again. Oh, doesn't snap to ledge though, so 7 Pikmin's down air will connect. Just barely misspaced by Samtea there. Good idea, wrong execution. 7 Pikmin able to capitalize off the back of it. So even game in terms of stock count, but that percentage makes things still very much so in Samtea's favor, 35 to 112. But 7 Pikmin right now doing a good job of keeping this Mario to the outskirts of the stage.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the Mario up air. Swing in the head. Hits a home run. Going to send 7 Pikmin all the way to the background. Now a 1-stock lead. Jab not coming through for Pikmin. Doesn't matter. They still get out of it relatively well in the next neutral engagement, though. Samtea able to find those huge aerials as well as the Cyclone, adding on a good bit of damage. Up B doesn't catch, but no worries. There's a platform right there. Can't get punished off of it. Really great placement of those moves. I like how Samtea is making sure that when they go for these heavy committal options, they're making sure the fallback plan is nothing happens.
Right.
Either I hit and it's great and I get a ton of percentage or a kill, or it doesn't hit and I'm safe.
It's the decision making that we've been talking about from yesterday, right? That ability to know when your combo is done, how to fully extend it and when to pull back, saying, okay, it's no longer true. Let me just kind of go for something a little bit safer. And if it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, oh well, I can get out of this for free. And that's what Samtea does very well on this character, picking and choosing when to commit to something and when to kind of pull back just a tad bit. And right now, it's working to their favor as they've nearly got this game locked up. They've got this 7 Pikmin, excuse me, at to 135. They're only at 104 here, but that back air with all that rage should do the trick, and it will. Game 1 going to Samtea. They're one step closer to top 32.
With a 2-stock buffer on their back as well. Trying to do that very clean. I think one of the biggest things there was just spacing, positioning, and movement. that every single time they're throwing out something, they're making sure they're in the exact right spot to make sure that it's perfect, which I think is just so incredibly huge when you're playing, you know, these types of characters like Mario, like Game & Watch. You need to make sure that everywhere where you're standing is perfect, because they have a lot of those, you know, lighter moves. They have, you know, a lot of quick options that you can throw off basically anywhere. But if you want to go for those high commits, you've got to make sure you're standing in the right spot so that you're safe to do them. And that's something we see a lot of players really struggle with, is just that micro positioning with all of the angles of their positions. But right now, no need for positioning when you've got to juggle all the way to the top rope. Samtea taking it with only 13% and only 30 seconds gone.
Samtea's positioning, like you mentioned, very strong. But also, you could sense by the way that they were playing that they wanted to go for something risky, or a little riskier offstage or in the air, right? Threatening so many options. When you look at Mario's kit, right, so many of the kill moves are just his aerials or stringing together. Like outside of up air, down air looks like a kill move, back air looks like a kill move, forward air is a spike. But you could tell by his positioning, he's looking for something a little bit more threatening off of these up airs, and here you're seeing him get these ladders consistently. Now he's landing them, and now he's landing forward smashes. Samtea is looking mighty fine right now with a 3-1 stock lead, and they're at 105. They might die soon, but it's easier said than done the way Samtea's playing. Look at the extra credit he's built up.
You know what this change in play style is? I don't think it's just off of like, oh, hey, let's start throwing it now, you know, get the mix up in it. I think they've been running these safer options all the way until they find the down look. You know, they've got the read. They've learned it this quickly, and now that they have it, they know they can run it all the way into a top 32 2-game victory. Insane. They're going to the next play. They're out of pools. They're moving on.